What's up, everybody? This is Colin from Holistic Heritage Homestead. I hope you're all well. I'm going to tell you the best way to garden. That's right. I'm going to give you the absolute best way to garden, the best technique, the best methodology. And this shouldn't be controversial, but it might be simply because people tend to be kind of dogmatic when it comes to the way they do things, right? People are very opinionated, right? And that's okay because we have our own opinions on what we think is ideal or what's best or what we prefer. But I'm going to tell you, the absolute best way to garden is the one that you do. It's the method that you do. It's the gardening that you do. Not that you think about, not that you dream about, not that you talk about. It's the gardening that you do. That's it. Right? And I'm going to explain, there's only two things you need to be doing. You need to be doing to garden correctly or the right way or the moral way. That is grow organically and grow in a sustainable manner. I am very soon going to put up a video on why organic growing and sustainable growing is the only way to grow. I'm going to just lightly touch on a few reasons why. The science has proven for decades and decades and decades, irrefutably, that these toxins, pesticides, insecticides, they cause cancer. They cause hormonal imbalance. They cause so many different problems. They're not natural. Nature's always right, and when you go against nature and you start to get artificial, it's almost never going to really work. It's not going to work well because nature's been doing things a lot longer than we have, right? The only people that are really going to be advocates for commercial growing, not organic gardening, are large commercial farmers. Why? Keeping it real, brutally honest. I don't care. Money. Think about it. You know it kills all the microbiology in the soil. You know, because it kills the microbiology can't mine and make bioavailable the nutrients that are in the soil. You know that it causes erosion. You know that it shrinks the size of the topsoil and the depth of the topsoil. You know that it poisons the water supply. You know that it kills the birds and the bees and the wildlife, and it kills everything. It's horrible. You know that it's not sustainable because once you kill the good stuff that makes the nutrients available, you now need to use artificial fertilizers in order to even grow the food. And you do it because, well, I can get 10 or 20 or maybe 30% more yield, which, by the way, in my personal practices, we get higher yields than a lot of commercial farmers and gardeners because people that don't grow organically, because a stronger, more resilient, healthier plant knows how to actually fight back chemically and physically against the bad things, the bad stuff, right? And they tend to not get sick. Just like a healthy person doesn't get sick, right? You have to grow organically if you care about yourself or other people. I just did a video on love people. How can you say you love people if you put your yield, your production, or money first? You can't. And my job is to be the guy you hate, because I'm going to hold that mirror up to you of self-reflection and make you keep it real, because you're not keeping it real. And commercial gardeners all of a sudden are going back to organic methods. Why? Because there's a fertilizer shortage. So now the poisons they've been dumping onto their system because they need that corn to be so big, now it's not available. And when it is available, it's prohibitively expensive. You can't even afford it. So what are they doing? Good old composting, good old mulching. They're inoculating their soil. They're trying to build the soil back up again because they know they don't have a fighting chance without that. Without nature, you don't have a fighting chance. I'm going to do a lot of videos on this, just destroying and ripping apart people that don't grow organically or sustainably, because it's foolish. You're throwing money away too. We have free things and free inputs that you can use that nature automatically uses, and you think you're going to be smarter and better than nature. It's the human way, right? Stop it. Stop it. You're not that smart. It's not going to work. Don't poison yourselves. Do your own research. It's the worst thing. As long as you're growing organically and in a sustainable way, you're cool with me. You're right by me. And if you're not, I don't like it. It's bad. I'm not going to pretend. I'm not a relativist. I'm not the modern new age, feel good, always positive think. And no, I wasn't raised that way, and life is too short to just be a robot, to be an apathetic, catatonic robot. Think. Do your own research. Organic, homegrown, or organically grown food is proven to be multiple times more nutritious, because now the bacteria, the protozoa, the nematodes, all that microbiology is making it bioavailable. They're literally sucking nutrients out of rock dust or the rocks themselves and making it bioavailable for the plants. You wonder why there's no magnesium, no calcium, no phosphorus in the food anymore that you grow, because we destroyed the soils with inorganic gardening and farming practices. You're talking about 800%, 1200% more nutrition, which again will help you lose weight, because when you feel satiated and full, if you're getting your minerals, your nutrition, your trace minerals, you feel full. You don't keep eating useless, empty food, calorically dense but nutritionally lacking food. That's the way to grow. It's the only way to garden. Only way to garden. Otherwise, please debate me anytime, any place. Bring it. And I will get into the hard science of that in another video. But besides, the best way to garden is the one you do, right? Which is analogous to firearms, right? Everyone has their own ego, their own egocentric opinions on this is the best firearm or this is the best ammunition. I was taught, and I come from a military family background and friends that are law enforcement and those who are enthusiasts about that life, about that culture. The best round is the one you can get on target. Is the one that's reliable and you're going to get the target. That's what matters. And every tool, every freedom tool is a tool used for a specific purpose. I wouldn't use a 308 or a 50 cal to take out a rodent or a fox eating my chickens. That's a bit much, right? Every tool in the tool chest, the tool set, has its own purpose. So just like that, how do you determine how you garden? You garden organically and in a sustainable way, first and foremost, right? Besides that, it depends on your situation and your resources, right? Situation, your resources, what you can commit to it, what you can offer to it, what you can put into it. Urban, suburban, rural, it's all different. Your resources, time, your money, acreage, your access to organic inputs like wood chips and leaves and whatever. That's going to determine how you garden, how you grow. That's going to determine, right? Yeah, if you want to do row crops and like wide or narrow row crops and grow lots of grain, you have acreage, cool, that's going to work for you. It's not going to work in an urban situation. You live in the suburbs, you live in an urban situation. Maybe you're in a, first of all, leave those places as per my other videos. But if you're there, no judgment. If you're there, get up and grow. Maybe you live in a multi-story building. You have a little patio. Containers, right? That's going to work for you, right? Hugelculture growing, which I'm going to do a video on. Hugelculture, maybe you don't have access to large amounts of wood or carbon or organic inputs. Maybe you don't have the size of the land to do it, right? Raised beds. Maybe you don't have the money to buy. You see inflation. You see the price of things nowadays. Maybe you don't have the money to buy the cedar or the pine to build good, healthy raised beds because we don't like plastic and toxins. Ew, it's disgusting. You don't have the money for that. Maybe you'll use rocks instead. Build a slightly small raised bed, right? Grow bags, grow containers, they have their own place. They're mobile, you can move them. Containers you can move. Maybe you don't have the money or the knowledge or the setup or the electricity to have grow lights. Maybe you do. Hydroponics. That's something I still have a lot to learn about. Maybe you don't know how to do that. Maybe you don't have the resources or the money to set those systems up. The best gardening method is the one that you do. That's what. Get up right now. Right now. And plant a seed. Do something for your family so you can be resilient, so you can be inelastic, and you can be less reliant on these failed systems, which you haven't seen they're failed. You're not watching the supply shortages, and then you got to wake up, folks. Growing your food is more important than ever. It's more than a hobby. It's more than fun. It's more nutritious, which it is. It's more than way more delicious, which it is. It's survival. If you're not growing your own food, I question your foresight. So it depends on your ability to get inputs. Again, wood chips. Not everyone has access to these municipalities, or they have a thing called chip drop. Again, what if you don't trust it? What if it's sprayed with poisons too? You don't want that garbage on your property. Look at what you've got around you. We grew in New York so much food with containers. One very large, again, I'm repeating, one very large raised bed that we built, and a small little sections of in-ground gardening. And we grew a tremendous amount of food. You can do it. I'm here to encourage you. You matter. Your family matters. You're all important. You're all loved. Your survival matters. And you can make a difference right now. Food in the ground, food in the container, food in a raised bed, food on your property is your savings account. That's your emergency fund, because otherwise you'd have to buy it. Again, I've said this before. You need to grow your own food right now. So, no judgment. You don't have the acreage? Do something different. You don't have access to wood chips leaves? Do something different. You don't have the time. You're a professional. You work hard. You work 40, 50, 60, 70 hours a week. You're still living a New York or a California lifestyle, which is horrible. No judgment. I did it. So, I'm just saying. We feel that that's not healthy. Okay? No matter what kind of money you're pulling in, it's not worth it, right? But if you don't have time, you need your growing stuff. You need your plants to be close to you, accessible, whether it's in your home or you have something, close to your property. You need to do that. What we recommend, just like any investment, is you diversify. Personally, we have lots of container gardening. I'm always going to do container gardening because it's about 15 feet in that direction. I've got a bunch of food right there. Kitchen's right there. We cook all day, every day. We need good food. We need fresh food. We need healthy, nutritious food available. Also, Mother Nature happens. Storms happen. My containers inside my house, they're safe. We are blessed to be able to have some cheap, affordable LEDs, so they're not costing much money, grow lights. We also have rock enclosed raised garden beds, which we've shown you in other videos. Slightly raised. It's really just an in-ground bed bordered by rocks. Free leaves, free sticks, free wood chips, right? We have some row crops. Again, grow bags, different types of containers, just some basic in-ground stuff. We're going to be doing hugelkultur. We didn't set it up this year because there was not enough time, right? Resources, right? And we have an orchard. We have some fruit trees and a bunch of other cool stuff. But we believe in diversification because if a bad storm comes through, which happens in the Ozarks, luckily not frequently, or not where we are really, my orchard should still be there. My containers will be there. My row crops will not. If I have a situation with my container gardening, like I just had a situation where something funny was happening to them, but let's say they get sick, or they have a situation with insects that are bad, and they're all gone, they're wiped out. Well, I have stuff outside. I have containers outside, right? Always have a seed bank. Diversify. Grow organically, please. For you, for me, for the future. Because children matter. Contrary to what? You don't live only once. You live forever. Through your children and through the ripple effect you put into the world and the universe. Love people. Grow organically, grow in a sustainable way. And I'm not a hippie. Clearly, I'm not like, this is science. This is science. I don't want to get sick. I don't want to poison people that I love. Grow organically, grow in a sustainable way, and grow in whatever way you're going to grow. So get up and grow. We love you. And please, if you have any other things, I just touched base on the basics. Any other techniques that you like or ways that you can encourage others to diversify their growing portfolio, because it's money, it's your hedge, it's your savings, your emergency account. Let us know ways that you grow, ways that you like to experiment with, or things that you found work really good for you. Like, comment, subscribe. We really appreciate it. More than words. More than words. Hope you're all well. Take care.